Hey everybody, it's Dr. Cara and I am here with your July forecast, and I've just been tapping into my Animal Wisdom Oracle cards, and I just, this month I just keep asking the question, what do we need to know? Who do we need to hear from? It just kept showing up as, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? And this deep sense of kind of longing showed up in my heart, this longing for guidance and connection and understanding, and just a really clear message from the animals. It really, just the process of getting ready, getting the cards ready for you guys today, just really tapped me back into that childhood place of connecting with the wonder of the world and the magic and the mystery and the mysteriousness of everything, and also that sense, which, I think as adults we don't have that often, that sense of somebody else out there knows more than I do. I think it's so easy as adults to lose track of that, but that's what it really tapped me into. There's wisdom out there, there's guidance out there for me, for us. There's a source out there that knows more than I do, that can help and guide me. And always for me, that comes from nature and animals. So that was what was in my heart as I was shuffling the deck, and I just kept being present with that, and until I felt that sense like it's time to stop. So I stopped here. I haven't been shuffling the cards. I stopped when I got that sense of, okay, it's done, and my mind stopped trying to figure out what was going to happen. My mind stopped trying to figure out who was going to come forward, what the message was going to be, what was it going to look like, how was I going to do it, and all that kind of stuff. So just really tapping in. So here we go. Let's see who the beaver. So the beaver is the first animal, and I'm going to choose a couple more cards as well. But we've got the beaver. I pulled two cards, you guys. Interesting, because I got the beaver and the otter. So, and then let's just do one more in the manatee. So these are the three cards that I pulled at the top of the deck: the otter, the beaver, and the manatee. I saw the beaver first, but the otter was on top. And it's super interesting. The otter and the beaver are so similar, and the manatee. So they're all water animals. They're all aquatic animals. The manatee lives in saltwater, but I've seen manatees in rivers in Florida, like way up in the freshwater streams. So all three of these animals are river animals, essentially freshwater, flowing water, and the emotions are symbolically, water is symbolic of the emotions. So I feel like, the energy running through the forecast this month is all about our emotions and our feelings. And here in the US, it's been super tumultuous the last several weeks, and I think that emotions are running high, and that's important. We have to have our emotions. We have to release our emotions. Emotions are energy in motion, and if they aren't moving, they get stuck and stagnant, and that's where we develop problems. So having that energy moving, having those emotions moving, I think is really important. But also what strikes me for all of us globally is this water element coming through all three of these cards, this flowing water element. Otters, beavers, manatees all live in flowing water. So I think one of the big picture messages this month for July is, let's just keep our emotions flowing. Let's stay present with what is. And given the global pandemic, we all have so many emotions. We've got all these different emotions going on, all at the same time. So tapping into that awareness that, my emotions are okay, and they can change, and they're expected to change. They will change. We want them to change. So just know that you could be on this roller coaster. Energetically, these cards feel very grounded. So it's really interesting that the emotion is there, but it feels like very settling. So I think that this will be a month of settling and feeling more comfortable, having those emotions maybe get off some of the roller coaster that we've been on. And the messages from all of these animals are all about just really being present with yourself, being present with a moment, being present with your loved ones, enjoying the moment, and just really cherishing. Just looking at the cards a little bit, cherishing what you have and envisioning for the future. Astrologically, we're in a really powerful time right now, too, with a lot of potential energy. So July is a really great time to vision into your future and what you want to create. How you want to feel is going to be the key thing, because of all of this water in all of these cards and these animals who are so comfortable in the water, so comfortable in their bodies, so supported by the water, and just really living in harmony with that. So I think that July is a really nice time to do a little refresh. We're halfway through the year. It's been a crazy year. It's just like unexpected stuff happening right and left, big stuff. I've been saying it all year, but we're in a 4-year, and it has always felt to me like the 4-year this time is about structures crumbling, which we've seen. And I think that this is a great time to take care of ourselves emotionally, really stay really connected and rooted with ourselves, our hearts, our families, our loved ones, our friends, staying really connected, but also really tapping into the awareness of how am I feeling? How do I want to feel? It's a perfect time to vision for the rest of the year. How do I want to be feeling as I move through this? What do I want to keep out of the pandemic and the quarantines and all of that? And how do I want to move forward more powerfully into the second half of the year? What's that going to look like? But more importantly, what does that feel like to me? And tap into that feeling. And this would be a beautiful daily meditation if you could take a moment right now just to write down what that looks like and what that feels like, and then have a reminder of that. That could be a beautiful daily meditation to tap into that feeling. How do I want to feel? What's that vision feel like? And start really creating that, and start creating it by feeling it first. And then the rest of the world is going to reflect that back to you in how it looks. So it's kind of a big picture message this month. You know, usually I go deeper into each one of the animals and their messages, but these guys, to me, it feels very big picture. It feels very grounded. It feels very comfortable. And it also feels very visionary. So take the time to lean into, to feel into what's your vision for the rest of the year. How is it going to feel? And just allow anything that is in the way of that to move through you, just like the water flowing through you. Keep the water with you this month and allow those emotions to just flow through you, just watching like a neutral observer. So that's what I have to say, you guys. It's really completely unexpected, and that's what, you know, I get for using the old noggin and having expectations and thinking it's going to go a certain way. That's part of the challenge of being intuitive, is to just keep showing up with a clean slate, a clear vision board. I don't know what it would be, but just with no expectations, no attachments, and to allow whatever is going to show up to show up. And this month is distinctly different, and it's a lot more grounded. It's a lot more settled. It's a lot more comfortable, and that energy of the water flowing through is there. So when you find yourself facing tension, tightness, worry, concern, doubt, just allow that energy of that flowing water to move through you, because that's what this month is about. It's about being comfortable in the flow of life, in the flow of our emotions, and letting everything move through us. So I hope that is helpful. I hope it's inspiring. I hope you create your vision and feel into it and find a way to anchor it into your daily life so you can feel into it every day. I think for me, I might do a little screenshot of these guys and hold that on my screen and just tap into that feeling of being loved, surrounded, and flowing with the water, with the sea of energy, the river of energy around me, and bring that feeling with me into July. I'd love to hear where this lands for you. Please leave me a note in the comment. How are you feeling about the forecast this month, the energy of the otter, the beaver, and the manatee? Let me know, and let me know how the month goes for you. I'll be tapping into that peaceful feeling of flowing water regularly. So have a beautiful month, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye, everybody.